Yeah. Nick, I imagine on the air and ocean side, I felt like 2020, 2021 was just the year of the ripoff, but what was the worst thing that you'd heard or witnessed?
So the worst stuff that I've seen while working on the client side here is just the deltas in the quotes. So this is why we always recommend to clients to always have multiple freight forwarders, because obviously they're not all going to be on the same page that you're a blank check. So you'll be able to see who's looking at you as a blank check and who's not looking at you as a blank check. I know for a few clients I've seen $10,000 to $20,000 in difference between two quotes, which is massive, just based on a similar service, similar level of operation. They're the same amount of containers, same amount of volume, but $20,000 in difference doesn't make any sense. So it's obvious that at that point they were still looking at the market as open game. And obviously we decided to move forward with the cheaper option where we actually could tell that they were following the market based on different aspects that we could see and provide them with the shipment. And at the end of the day, push out that other freight forwarder that we saw that was trying to just take advantage of the client at the end of the day.
Yeah, I remember one, this was before COVID, but I had two quotes from a freight forwarder and I had done my research on the lane that they were going on. So there was really only one vessel that was going. It was a bit of a unique leg. And so there was only one carrier doing it, one vessel, and there was a $5,000 difference between the
Yep.
quotes for the two forwarders. And something here doesn't add up, guys. What are you doing?
Yeah. At the end of the day, like smaller forwarders will definitely have a higher cost from the ocean carrier just based on the pure volume that they're getting in and the relationship that they have with the actual ocean carrier. But something as egregious as $5,000 does not make up for that difference.
It was big enough to get lodged in my mind. What else do you look for beyond cost when you're selecting a carrier? How do you know if you have a good one or not?
Yeah, at the end of the day, with freight forwarding, specifically with ocean freight for me, it's their understanding of what the carriers are, what the carrier offers are, what service strings there are. Obviously, when you're talking about major ports, there's a lot of different options on the table. And to make sure they're on the same page and understand what the difference is between ZIM and MSC on this routing, or that OOCL only offers service that's transloaded through Shanghai, while maybe APL or Matson has a direct service line here, just for example. But having a forwarder that's willing to look into what the service strings are and what's actually available in that market and have access to multiple carriers and not just be quoting the same exact carrier over and over to you is a big difference. And it shows that they're working with you to help you find the best option. Not only that, but also them focusing on offering multiple different options for you. So going East Coast, West Coast to show you like it's going to take an extra 15 days to get in, but you're going to be saving 10% here if the cargo is not hot and you don't need it by next date.
Yeah, for me, I think this can also flow into international, but it's the reliancy on software. So nowadays, a lot of freight providers, logistics providers will say, hey, look at our fancy new dashboard. You can look exactly where the cargo's out. You have a little chat portal and everything, but their reliance on the portal can also often decrease their communication. And so we've seen time and time again where these big time logistics providers won't give us updates, and they'll provide an update on the portal without sending you an email. So you're saying, hey, where's this container at? Where's my cargo at? Where's the truck at? And at the end of the day, they sent you a notification 2 days ago on a portal and you just didn't think to check it. And so also, I really try to look at freight brokers that have a poor portal or even no portal at all, because they're the ones that will give you email updates every single day. They're the ones that are more proactive rather than reactive. And that's really what you want.
In other words, you're saying you can have low cost, good technology, or responsiveness. Pick two.
Yeah, pretty much. It's really at the end of the day what you want and what's important to you. And another thing to look out for is double brokering in the domestic market. So double brokering essentially means you book a shipment with broker number one. Probably you might have negotiated them down. You got them for a really low rate. And then broker one doesn't have any capacity. They don't know any trucks in the area to support that. They're going to broker that out to another broker who's going to find trucks. And so that is a huge no-no in the freight industry. It happens a lot, unfortunately, where it's just a communication delay at the end of the day. So you don't know who's picking up your freight. You don't know if you have an issue with the warehouse that you need to let the driver know immediately. It has to go to broker one, broker two, then the driver, which is just not a good scenario. So it's really vetting your broker, making sure that you're aligned on the same page. You have the same cautions, any issues in the past with previous logistics providers that you want to make aware of, just so that everyone's on the same page.